All right, nephews, welcome to Scroll 46. It's your favorite unk. Before I even get started, go ahead and follow the scrolls wherever you're listening to this from. That shit helps me out. That shit helps this grow. I'm just getting off work right now. It was one of those shifts where it was low-key dead, so I was really just there, sitting, thinking, letting my mind wander, which honestly is when things get dangerous. I was talking today with one of my favorite nurses, the one I always end up having long conversations with, and she casually says, "You know today is the winter solstice, right?" I said, "What does that even mean?" She told me today is officially the first day of winter, the shortest day of the year, the least amount of sunlight we get all year. And I don't know why, but that shit hit me harder than it should have. Symbolically, that fucked my brain up a little. Because I've been feeling down. Not depressed, just heavy, uneasy. That feeling where you know you're moving, but you don't know where yet. Lately my mind has been stuck on one question. What's next for deep-fried logic? I was writing a script this morning, played it back, and I was like, yeah, this is good. But then immediately my brain went, okay, but what's next? And then it hit me. YouTube. That's the next evolution. That's the expansion. Y'all know this voice like the back of your hand now, but visuals are the next step. And I hate visuals. I hate editing. I hate dealing with that shit. But that's growth. The problem is, that shit costs money. And I'm broke. I'm popular broke. Famous to the poor broke. And that part is stressful as hell. Y'all just hear the finished product. Y'all scroll, listen, react. But behind the scenes, the shit is a lot. Scripts, rewrites, recording, editing, posting, scheduling. Reading comments, feedback, criticism. I thought this was my diary at first. Now it feels like expectations. And sometimes I gotta shut my feelings off and remind myself that evolution always comes with pressure. The shit that made me feel good in July doesn't hit the same in December. And that's how I know I'm growing. Because I remember May. I remember getting no views. I remember talking into the void. Now we're here. And it's different. Better, but heavier. And tying it back to the winter solstice, this feels like the darkest point. The shortest day. The low point before the light slowly starts coming back. From here on out, the days get longer. Even if you can't see it yet. That uneasy feeling. That creative pressure. That's exactly how you're supposed to feel when you're building something real. That's proof of progress. So yeah, I'm uncomfortable, but I'm grateful. There's still work to do. And low-key, I've been feeling like John Cena. When that nigga turned heel and cut that promo like, all I do is give and give and give, and all y'all do is say, what do we get? What do we get? None of you sons of bitches ask me how I feel. That shit was real. Difference is, Cena getting paid millions. I'm getting paid in vibes. I'm literally giving y'all my soul, my cadence, my time, my rhythm, my jokes, my energy. And I ain't getting shit financially yet. This relationship is one-sided right now. And that's frustrating. But I can't stop. Because if I stop, the dream stops. Simple as that. So yeah, if you want to support, buy a wristband. That money isn't for fun. That shit goes right back into deep-fried logic. Video editing. Tools. Growth. I'm 400 videos deep and 45 scrolls in. This is part of the game. Right now, I'm heading to my parents' crib. They grilled some food. And listen, free food as an adult, that shit hit different. When you realize every meal costs money, a plate from your parents feels like a blessing. I've been surviving lately. Budget living. So when my dad calls talking about food on the grill, I'm stepping on the gas. That's joy. I've also been listening to a lot of NBA YoungBoy lately. I'm not a street nigga, but I feel his soul. I don't listen to music for resumes. I listen for souls. His song Free Time has been on repeat. When that nigga say, I be running, I don't know everything I want, she need time, I need time, that shit grabbed me by the chest. Because that's me. I be running, bro. Not running from danger, running from stillness, running from sitting too long with my thoughts. Running because my brain don't ever stop. It's always on 10. Ideas, pressure, future. What's next? What if? What now? Pedal to the floor, no brakes. And the wild part is, I really don't know everything I want yet. I know what I don't want. I know I don't want to be regular. I know I don't want to disappear into a life that doesn't fit me. I know I don't want to wake up one day and realize I traded my curiosity for comfort. But the exact shape of the future? I don't know it yet. And that's uncomfortable. So I run. I run by creating. I run by recording. I run by thinking 10 moves ahead. I run by building deep-fried logic like my life depends on it. Because honestly, it kind of does. That lyric hit me because it gave language to something I already knew, but hadn't said out loud. I'm in motion, even when I'm unsure. And that's not weakness. That's engine. In football, I wasn't always the most talented nigga on the field. But I had a motor. I had that thing in me that didn't shut off. Coaches can't teach that. You either got it or you don't. And if you got it, the right person can tune you. That's how I see myself now. I might not know the exact destination yet, but I know I'm built to move. And I trust that motion more than I trust certainty. That's why I don't want to stream. That's why I don't want to freeze myself in a persona. That's why I don't want to lock into an identity too early. Because I'm still running, and running means evolving. I need time. Not because I'm lost, but because I'm becoming. And that's the part people don't respect. They hear, I need time, and think it's laziness, think it's fear, think it's indecision. Nah. Sometimes needing time is the most honest thing you can say. I don't want to rush into the wrong version of myself just to make other people comfortable. So yeah, that young boy line ain't about streets. It's about momentum without a map. It's about trusting the engine even when the road ain't clear yet. And if you feel that lyric the way I feel it, you one of us. And let me say this too, because this been sitting on my chest heavy. People keep telling me I should stream. You should stream, bro. You'd kill on stream. You funny, just turn the camera on. And I get why they say it, I really do. But here's the part they don't understand. I don't like attention like that. Not because I can't handle it, but because I know what it costs. Streaming turns you into a product in real time. There's no buffer, no processing, no space to think. You're expected to react instantly, perform instantly, feel instantly, and if you don't, you fall off. You become boring. You become washed. You become content instead of a human. And once that happens, you're not allowed to have problems anymore, because the moment you do, people hit you with, "Nigga, you rich? Oh, must be nice. What you stressed about?" Like money deletes the human experience. That shit scares me. Because I know myself. I know I'm deep. I know I feel things fully. I know I need silence. I know I need space to process. I don't want to live in a world where Unk isn't allowed to feel sad, confused, tired, or lost just because he made it. I don't want to become an alien. That's what streaming does if you're not careful. It strips your humanity and replaces it with availability. You gotta be on all the time. You gotta show up even when your soul's saying sit down. And the moment you stop showing up, they replace you. I don't want my thoughts turning into a schedule. This is why I don't show my face. This is why I don't chase fame. This is why deep-fried logic works the way it does. It's thoughts from one human to another. Not a performance, not a spectacle. I don't want you looking at me. I want you listening to yourself through me. Because the second I become the guy, the second I become the personality, the second I become the brand mascot, I lose the freedom to be fragile. And I refuse to trade my soul for engagement. I've seen it happen. Niggas get money, then they get trapped by it. Trapped by expectations. Trapped by personas. Trapped by an audience that only loves the version of you that entertains them. Niggas with money kill themselves every day. That alone should tell you money ain't the answer. God is the answer. Money is just a big-ass band-aid you slap on life and hope the bleeding stops. So yeah, I'm selfish about this shit now. And I'm allowed to be. This is my world, my cadence, my timing, my silence, my process. I'm not rushing into visibility just to satisfy curiosity. If I ever expand, it'll be on my terms. With space, with structure, with protection. Until then, this mic, this walk, this car ride, this is enough. Because I'd rather be real and small than famous and hollow. And bro, I gotta talk about Dave Chappelle for a second. I watched his new special, and I ain't gonna lie, that shit hit different for me. Not just funny, but affirming. Dave is one of the first people that showed me you can be smart and funny at the same time. That your jokes don't have to be empty calories. They can carry weight. They can make people laugh and make them uncomfortable in the same breath. And what I really respect about Dave right now is that he don't move scared. He don't bend his voice to fit the room. He tells the joke how he feels it, and if you don't like it, that's your problem. And that's something I've been wrestling with lately. Because when you start getting more eyes on you, you start feeling this pressure to soften yourself, to explain yourself, to sand the edges down, so everybody feels safe. Dave never did that, and watching that special reminded me that real comedy isn't about being agreeable. It's about being honest. It's about saying the thing people are scared to say, or don't know how to say yet. And yeah, some of his jokes were edgy as hell. Some of them made you shift in your seat. But that's the point. Comedy is supposed to poke at the nerve. It's supposed to expose something. That's why I hate how watered down everything's gotten. Everybody wanna laugh, but nobody wanna feel anything. Everybody wants safe funny. Dave reminds me that safe funny ain't memorable. And that's why he matters to somebody like me. Because he didn't just make me want to be funny growing up. He made me want to think. He showed me that comedy can be philosophy in disguise. That a joke can be a mirror. So yeah, seeing Dave still standing 10 toes down, still choosing honesty over comfort, it reminded me why I do this the way I do it. Why I don't want to censor my thoughts. Why I'm not trying to make everybody comfortable. I'm trying to be real. That's the lane. That's always been the lane. Anyways, I'm just leaving my parents' house, and man, they want me to be regular so bad. Teacher, school job, benefits, stability, wife, kids, grandbabies. A neat little loop they can understand. And I get it. They're not evil. They're just from a different era. They grew up believing survival was success. If you got a steady check and a family, you won. That was the dream. But the problem is, I don't feel regular. I don't think regular. I never have. They don't see what I'm building because you can't point to it yet. There's no badge, no title, no office, no pension plan. Just faith, ideas, pressure, and long nights. And that scares them. So they try to protect me by shrinking my vision. Not maliciously, lovingly, but still shrinking it. They want me safe. I want to be fulfilled. And when they say, just get a school job, or be a substitute teacher, I hear what they're really saying. Please stop making your life look so uncertain, and I can't blame them for that. But I also can't live my life trying to calm somebody else's anxiety. This isn't the 80s anymore. The world don't work like that. People aren't getting married at 24, retiring at 60, and calling it a day. The path they took don't even exist the same way anymore. And yeah, being a sub might be funny, might even be cool for a season. But I know myself. I feel like I was betraying something inside me, like I chose comfort over calling. The pressure is creeping in, though. I can feel it. Every conversation got that undertone of, when you gonna be normal? And I ain't gonna lie. That pressure hurts a little. But it also lights a fire. Because this shit has to work, not out of spite, not to prove them wrong, but to prove myself right. I'm not running from responsibility. I'm running toward purpose. And sometimes that looks crazy to people who never left the map. And yeah, they sent me home with food. A lot of food. I might be confused. I might not know exactly where I'm headed. But tonight, I'm gonna eat good. And sometimes that's enough. It's the winter solstice, darkest day, shortest light. But the sun is coming back, slowly, surely. And so am I. Keep God first, do the right thing, be a real nigga. And don't stop. Because once you stop, your dreams stop. Have a good day, my boys. Make sure you hit follow.